Hi, welcome to Redecorating Your Space with Jen. Today I'm going to show you how to paint your countertops. Here were what my countertops looked like before, an ugly brown color. Here's what they turned into, a beautiful white, updated countertops. Super easy, guys. I'm going to show you what you need to do this. I'm using a paintbrush roller and tray. I need a little angular paintbrush for the corners and my paint. I also have a sanding block here because you're going to have to sand down your countertops. And lastly, I use polyurethane one coat on top to finish off my counters, give them a nice look and make them easy to wipe down. So here we go. Here's how I did it. All right, guys, so you take your countertops here and you scratch off all that old finish on top and make sure that they are prepped and ready to be painted. Make sure to sand them really good. The fronts, the tops, anything that's going to take paint, you're going to want to sand it really good. Wipe off that sanding afterwards. Then I added my paint here with my roller brush. So I'm brushing my paint on, as you can see here. So since these countertops get used so much, I actually do lots of coats of this. I do a rough first coat where I just get paint on everywhere. I have my drop cloth down below me so I can just let the paint go everywhere. So I'm painting all over the top, I'm painting the front. They've already been sanded down, so I'm just applying lots of paint here. And I went with a bright white paint. And I did all of my countertops in this color. So you can see the ugly brown going away and the beautiful white going on top. So I ended up doing about 4 layers of this white. What I did was I sanded first, then I did a layer, and then I let that dry for about 2 hours. Then I go back and do my next coat, and so on and so on. That way I can make sure everything had a smooth, nice coat at the end. And it could take a little wear and tear since it is my kitchen countertops. So you'll see my backsplash is removed here. You can check out my other video where I show how to take off the backsplash. The next step in my kitchen renovation was to paint my countertops. That way I can get those all fresh. So I put on my new backsplash next and not get paint on it. So I'm just rolling paint over the countertops again and also covering up where that backsplash was to make a nice smooth surface. So I'm just continuing to roll on my paint there. So now I have that clear coat. Once my paint is completely dry, I put a little bit here in this roller bin and I just roll on my clear coat. You have to make sure the white paint underneath is completely dry and then you can roll the stuff on. It rolls on beautifully and easily, and it just kind of gives that wet look that I love on countertops. I also used it on my kitchen cabinets. They're easier to wipe off that way, and it just adds a clear coat protection. So you can use any brand you want. I use Minwax polyurethane here. And it smells awful at first, but the smell goes away, and you're left with beautiful countertops. So again, I did a couple coats of this. I would just roll it on clear here, make sure that I do an even coat, and then let that dry, and then I'd roll on another coat. I ended up doing about 3 coats of this. I think you can get away with even just 1 or 2 coats. It's just where it's my kitchen and I use it all the time. I wanted to put on extra. So whatever you want to do. The great thing about this stuff is it is ready to put stuff on it. I'd say the next day I started putting stuff back on my countertops and it's held up beautifully, no problems. And there we go. There's my beautiful new white countertops. You can see them all done with the top coat on. I painted the tops. I painted the front facing tile there. I painted the sides. Again, I went ahead and did the walls because I wanted a clean, even coat, and I'll be replacing the backsplash in another video. So you can check that out. But let me know how your project went. I hope it went as smoothly as mine did. I'm so happy with this. It's held up beautifully and we love it. So let me know how your project goes, and thanks so much for watching our video. Be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe. Thanks, bye-bye.